Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Further Beyond Gaming, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the thickest that is yet to come, and that is the girl Rosaria. Now, the reason we're going to be talking about this is because on Honey Hunter World, there are some information or skill translations that we're going to be taking a look at, and this could possibly be pointing to Rosaria coming in version 1.4, which is extremely exciting. I know a lot of people have been anticipating this character coming, and it seems as if she's going to be coming a little bit sooner than anticipated. Well, at least I thought she was going to be coming a little bit later. I thought 1.5 maybe, but it looks like it may be version 1.4. So I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, drop a like. It helps out the channel tremendously. And if you're new to the channel, you enjoy the content, go ahead and consider subscribing and join the FBG family. As well as if you want to join the Discord, a link will be in the description down below. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, quick disclaimer, as always, take everything with a huge grain of black pepper because this information is going to change. This information is not concrete or confirmed. This is just what is on Honey Hunter World. By the way, massive shout out to Honey Hunter World. A link will be in the description down below for them. Go check them out. Absolutely fantastic. Always providing great information. Also, a massive shout out to the Legend Marble for giving me a heads up on this because I was unaware that this information has dropped already. So thank you so much, the Legend Marble. So let's jump into it. So on Honey Hunter World, you can see Rosaria here, which she was there initially, and it says beta right there. So it appears that Rosaria is in beta for version 1.4. Once again, not confirmed. If you know more information, let me know in the comments down below, as well as let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about all of this that we'll go over today. This is the stat progression as well as the ascension materials. Now, once again, that's probably going to change, and the stat progression is probably going to change. I don't know if it's going to be crit damage or crit rate, and then the base attack information. It looks good, but I'm not going to go too into detail about that because, once again, that is probably going to alter or update. So when we take a look at Rosada, we already know she is going to be a cryo polearm user, and so a lot of her attacks are going to be very similar to what we see with other polearm users, usually 5 or 6 consecutive attacks. This one says perform up to 5 consecutive shootings, so the translation, because it's so early for Rosaria, is going to be a little wonky, so keep that in mind, guys. This one says Thump consumes a certain amount of physical strength and rush forward to cause damage to enemies on the path. So it sounds as if her charge attack is going to be maybe slightly different than what we see with other polearm users. Much like Zhongli's is different than Jay Ling's, where Jay Ling, she lunges forward. And it looks like Hu Tao's is going to be similar to Jay Ling's. But it looks like Rosaria may possibly have a unique one all to herself with this Thump. Once again, that can update or change. And then obviously the plunge attack is going to be very similar. If we take a look at the attack stats here, you can see that it has the, 5 consecutive attacks that she's going to have. And then here it says physical exertion right here. I'm assuming that has to do something with the Thump. It says 25 o'clock. Once again, wonky translations. We'll get more information as the betas continue to go through and we get more information pertaining to that. But the physical exertion seems to be something to where it's going to be a different type of mechanic for her charge attack. She's maybe like this type of character that is able to exert a lot of strength. She may be like a very physical damage dealing type of character, very strong type of character. So we'll have to definitely see what we're looking at when it comes to that, more information pertaining to that down the road. Has critical damage there, so alright. And if we move over to Rosaria's elemental skill, you can see where it says confession. It says Rosalia there, but it's actually Rosaria. Quickly moves behind the target enemy, piercing and slashing with the spear, causing ice elemental damage. It cannot be moved behind larger enemies through rapid movement during casting. Not exactly sure if that's pertaining to like world bosses, very, very large enemies, or like large enemies, the ones with the shield and things of that nature. We'll have to see. But this sounds like a really cool mechanic where she moves quickly behind the enemy. I don't know if that's going to be a dash like Zhao's or something very similar. And then it's piercing and slashing with the spear. I don't know if that's going to be like very quick slashes or very quick piercing when it's done, like a quick concession of polearm slashes and things of that nature. Or if it's just going to be elements that come out. We'll have to see. But it does cause the cryo element damage, which is really, really nice. And you can see the skill damage there. Once again, that's probably going to all update and change. And then the cooling time, 7 seconds. Once again, that'll probably update and change because that's a very in my opinion, quick cooldown on that one. And then if we move over to the elemental burst, by the way, guys, this is the first time I'm actually looking at these skills, so I'm interpreting this for the first time. So if I get anything incorrect or misinterpret, let me know in the comments down below. Now, the Sacrament of Life, the elemental burst, this is Rosadia's exclusive prayer ceremony. After swiping the weapon to sweep the enemies around, sounds like it's going to have a large AoE in front. The ice spears condense from the extreme cold, hit the ground, respectively causing ice elemental damage. We'll have to see the AoE on that. During its existence, the ice spear will intermittently release chills, causing nearby enemies ice element damage. So it sounds as if she's gonna sweep the front of the in front of her and have a bit of AoE, and then there's gonna be ice spears that condense from the extreme cold and hit the ground. So they're gonna come down, and then they're gonna stay there, and they're gonna periodically, almost like Zhongli's E skill, where he drops the pillar and then it periodically emanates geo damage. It sounds like the ice spears will intermittently release chill, causing cryo. So if you have the wet status on them, freezing them probably constantly, and causing nearby enemies ice elemental damage or the cryo elemental damage. Interesting. And then if we take a look here, 8-second duration, not bad, with a 15-second cooldown. That's kind of tough. That's kind of tough. That'll probably be updated with the 60 elemental energy. So not bad for the elemental energy. That's pretty quick, but the 15-second cooldown with the 8-second duration, not the best. Once again, that'll probably be updated, but the continuous ice damage is going to be very, very nice at 173% and rounding up, 205% for the skill damage. And there's a bit of an addition there, so I don't know if that's going to be the initial 138% is going to be the sweep in front, and then the 205% is the ice spears coming down, and then the 173% is the continuous damage that it goes ahead and presents. Excuse me, my goodness. So yeah, that looks very, very interesting. Here are the talent books and the talent up material. Once again, this may update, so don't start farming too early, because this might update in regards to what she's going to require in order to level up her talents, as well as level up her ascension. That most likely is going to change, so just temper that. Now we take a look at the passive talents at night. So, oh, this is unique. Once again, it may change, but this is unique. At night, from those times, the movement speed of your own characters in the team increased by 10%. Interesting. This effect is ineffective in Secret Realm, Conquest Realm, and Deep Spiral, so Spiral Abyss, and cannot stack with inherent talents with same effect. Okay, it's unique. I like it. Now, when the confession, or so for the first passive, listen to the Shadow of Confession. When the confession of guilty devouring attacks from behind the skilled target, Rosadia's critical strike, or crit rate, I should say, is increased by 12% for 5 seconds. That's pretty standard. But it sounds as if, oh, notification. Probably got a subscriber there. Thank you. That's probably referring to our elemental skill. So, or if she's just striking an enemy from behind, like hitting them from behind, her crit rate is increased by 12%, is how I'm interpreting that. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Now, the second passive, Darkness supported by Secret, casting during the Sacrament of Last Life. Is that her elemental burst? That is her elemental burst. Based on 15% of its own critical strike rate or crit rate, increases the crit rate of all characters in the nearby team for 10 seconds. The crit rate gained in this way cannot exceed 15%. So it sounds as if she has a bit of supporting capabilities there, being able to give her allies crit rate. So her first passive gives her crit rate, second passive gives her allies crit rate. I'll be quite honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of that passive. It just seems a little redundant to me. Like, one, you know, Rosaria gets crit rate, and then her allies get crit rate, which this may lead to her ascension being crit damage, her stat progression being crit damage, and so you can build her more crit damage. But I'm not a huge fan. I was wishing she would get some like attack buff or something of that nature. But once again, those will probably change. Those probably won't remain the same. Now, taking a look at her constellation C1, Guidance of Sin. After Rosadia's attack causes a critical strike, her own attack speed is increased by 10%, and the damage caused by normal attack is increased by 10% for 4 seconds. That's actually really good. That's actually really, really good. So if she has a crit on her attack, then her attack speed is increased and her damage for her normal attack is increased, at least for 4 seconds. Not bad. Not bad. Now for C2, the duration of the ice spear created by the Sacrament of Death has been increased by 4 seconds. Okay, so originally it was 8 seconds. So that's C2 would be very useful. Because that will get her to 12 seconds, very much, or very much closer. I can't English today. Much closer to the cooldown time. So that's really good, really good. And then moving over to C4, Painful Grace. When the Confession of Sin Eater causes a critical strike or a crit rate, restores 5 elemental energy for Rosaria herself. That's not bad. That's not bad because she's then able to get her her elemental burst that much quicker. And then C6, Acting Referee. The attack of the Sacrament of Death will reduce the enemy's physical resistance by 5% for 5 seconds. This effect can stack up to 4 times. So her constellations, they seem pretty nice, but honestly, if I'm being quite honest with you, C2 is like, in my opinion, the sweet spot. Just based off of this information right now. Once again, I've said this probably 100 times already in this video. This will all update and change, but just looking at what we have initially, C2 seems to be the best place for Rosaria that you'll have to go. But other than that, guys, that is everything that I did want to go ahead and provide you in today's video. So once again, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below if you're excited about this information and excited for Rosaria to hopefully come to the game a lot sooner than later. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.